Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. And good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. All right, we're waiting for Senator Blake Tillery to call in from under the Gold Dome there in Atlanta. I guess he's at the big office right now. And when he calls in, we got a whole new phone system that we're Bluetoothing into. I'll make sure I cut that on. We're Bluetoothing into the our audio board here. It's a new audio board, and so I'm still trying to figure this out. The last time we did this, my IT guy was here pressing all the buttons for us. Now I've got a whole full page of instructions here to do this. So as soon as he calls in, as soon as the phone rings, I will play the weather forecast, and then we'll have him on the air. Hopefully. Okay? We'll do that in just a moment.
Reached out to him, gave him the new number, got a thumbs up. So
thumbs up, huh?
We're expecting his call.
All right, thumbs up. All right, so hopefully that'll work out just fine. And just as soon as Senator Tillery's through talking there from Atlanta, we will have some folks in from the Exchange Club. Okay, let's see if I got all this done. All right, I think we got this done on the Bluetooth, and got my phone set here on the Bluetooth. I don't ever use Bluetooth. Do you ever use Bluetooth, Bob?
What's Bluetooth?
Yeah,
Does that work in your car?
It works in your car.
I must have it. Somebody hooked it up for me though.
Yeah, someone did that.
Because I can't, you're not allowed to use your phone. So I do have it where I can call.
Yeah, you can do that. I had mine set up that way when I purchased my truck, and the folks there at Neesmith Chevy hooked it up for me. But at some time during that time period, I had to change the battery. Something happened where it went out, so I haven't had it in like 3-4 years, about 3 years now. So I have no idea how to hook that Bluetooth up. But I think I've got it all hooked up here. And so we'll see what happens here. Okay, we'll see what happens when Blake Tillery calls in, and I'll play the weather forecast, and then we'll have Blake on and see how it goes. Okay.
It's Tuesdays with Tillery.
Tuesdays with Tillery, and tomorrow we'll have
Buddy DeLoach.
Buddy DeLoach on Wednesday to talk about from the representative side. Stephen Meeks was tied up yesterday, so he was not able to be on the show with us yesterday morning, and that happens during the course of the legislative session. Not all three of them can be on every single Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Sometimes they can, but sometimes we may only have two, sometimes only one. It just varies because they get pretty busy at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we try to tell everybody, Butch and Bob Show is more important than taking care of the government's business. They just laugh when we say that. Say, yeah, Butch. Yeah, you tell them. I ain't gonna tell them that. So we're just waiting for that, and then we'll have the Exchange Club folks on here talk about a gala coming up, a fundraiser, and we look forward to having them on the air in just a few minutes right here on 105.5 FM. Well, Bob, anything on your mind this morning before Blake calls in?
I was just amazed when they said that in that game between Philadelphia and Washington, Philadelphia had 7 rushing touchdowns, and the Dallas Cowboys had 6 the entire season, so that was kind of crazy.
All right, here comes Blake Tillery calling in. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with him on the air.
Here's your WIFO forecast.
Good morning, everyone. We're starting our Tuesday forecast with a couple of extra clouds around. Fairly quickly, the clouds are going to move out, which means sunshine can move in. It'll be breezy this afternoon with highs in the low 60s. Tonight, clear and a low near 40. Tomorrow for Wednesday, it's going to be sunny, warmer. Highs will be in the mid and upper 60s. Thursday stays sunny, but cool again with a high near 60 degrees. I'm Georgia meteorologist Laura Huckabee in the GNN Weather Center.
Bob, take it away with Blake, okay?
Okay,
Coach Tillery. Coach.
It is Tuesdays with Tillery, State Senator Blake
Senator
Tillery in Atlanta. Blake, how you doing today?
Hey, guys, I'm doing fine. We just finished up the legislative Bible study we do every Tuesday mornings at 7, and we have a busy day here at the Capitol, day 7 of the legislative session.
Yeah, it's underway again. Bring us up to date. We had the State of the State by Governor Kemp. He laid out pretty much his agenda. Tort reform was a big thing. So give us your thoughts, first of all, on his State of the State address and some of the things that are be on the table during the session.
And he did. He laid out that. We're looking to see the bill. There's rumor we may see a bill today, day 7 here, of that what he's working on tort. Happy to see that, see what we can work on. Remember, I carried tort reform the past 2 years. So look to see what the governor would want to add there. He's also talked about things he wants to do on school safety. There's some budget priorities there. The legislature's really been talking a lot more about storm. I mean, y'all see it in our neck of the woods. Still a lot of houses that have blue tarps on the roof. And that was amplified at least a little bit west from us with 4 inches of snow and ice. I mean, blue tarps keep water off. They're not all that good at that. They're not good at holding 4 inches of snow and ice. So you're seeing on the federal level, which I'm sure is going to creep down to the state level soon, Senator Josh Hawley out of Missouri asking some of the insurance companies, hey, we hear you're turning down more claims than you're accepting here. He's calling them before Congress, before the U.S. Senate. I'm sure that sentiment is felt in our communities, and there's starting to be a lot of sentiment here to figure out how we can get those things resolved as well.
If you're just joining us on the phone with us, State Senator Blake Tillery from Atlanta. Let's go back to tort reform. A lot of people ask, what is tort reform? To kind of explain it to the people listening that have no idea.
Yeah, tort. If you read a John Grisham novel or went to law school, you might know, but other than that, so it deals with civil remedies. If you get hurt because somebody else did something, that's considered a tort. It's a law definition, I guess, of what a tort is. The question is whether or not jury verdicts are runaway verdicts now. So Georgia's been the number 1 state to do business for, I think, now 12 years in a row. We've also been named the judicial hellhole. Those things don't seem to be congruent to me. I don't know how you can be a judicial hellhole and be the number 1 state to do business, but we've won both designations apparently. I'm sorry if you hear the background. I'm sitting in the House Judiciary room and they're trying to get ready for their committee meeting. So that's the basis of what tort is, and I think the issue is attorney advertising. I've tried to tackle it 2 or 3 years in a row. I think that we've gotten to a position now where every other billboard is a lawyer advertisement that is so much puffery and nonsense that we're beginning to influence the juries, and that's what I think we ought to tackle. Some folks have different ideas.
Going back to the eggs and issues again, the big discussion was money towards the federal prison system. I've been following a lot of news agencies covering this, saying how bad the prison system is, how prisoners just aren't really safe in the prisons, and the prisoners are pretty much running the prison. So talk about that, and how's that going to play out this legislative session? How much money is going to be going towards that?
Yeah, we already spend almost $2 billion on prisons in our state now. And remember, we incarcerate about 50,000 inmates. We have, in some areas, a 70% vacancy of prison guards. So in other words, if we were trying to hire 100, we only got 30 in certain areas. The governor's been focused on this. The legislature's been intently focused on this. We have a duty to, if you're sentenced because of committing a crime, you're supposed to serve your time, but it's not a death sentence. So we have a duty to protect our employees first, inmates as well, and then the public at large. If our prisons, many of which were built 40, 50 years ago, some of them were built 80 and 90 years ago, if they're not keeping inmates in and guards safe, then we've got to do something about it. And the type of inmate that we have now with criminal street gangs and illegal street gangs from illegal immigrant street gangs are much more difficult prisoners to handle than prisoners that you handled in the 80s and 90s. And we've got to make sure that we're compensating the folks who we've hired to enforce the law in prisons. We also have to make sure that the prisons have the infrastructure necessary to just not fall apart. I mean, listen, we repair runways after they've been landed on for 20 years. We repave roads every 10 years. We can't let stacked cement sit there for 100 years and think that it's going to be suitable to keep folks in.
As you mentioned, it's a busy day every day. What's on your agenda for today? What are some of the topics?
Well, I've kicked the hornet's nest, but I kicked the hornet's nest that I think in our area the folks will really appreciate. I dropped a bill yesterday on immigration. Basically, is is so simple, and I think it gets to the heart of the matter. My colleagues have been very supportive of it. One walked up to me earlier and is like, finally, somebody took a scalpel to where everybody's taking a sledgehammer. Georgia has immigration laws already. We say that you're supposed to enforce the 287G program. In other words, if someone's picked up for a crime and they're in our country illegally, they're supposed to be held till ICE gets there and gets them. Some of our cities don't enforce that. Some of our counties don't enforce that. Some of our sheriff's departments don't. Now, obviously, in our neck of the woods, Chuck enforces that, sheriff in Wayne County. But the areas that don't, what my bill says is, hey, these folks, these elected officials or these local governments, if they're going to get around Georgia immigration law and not enforce Georgia immigration law, they stand responsible for what happens when those immigration laws aren't enforced. Case in point, Lincoln Riley. The city of Athens was a sanctuary city. Clark County was a sanctuary city. The sheriff was not enforcing immigration laws. You know that the person who committed that murder, allegedly, we'll say that for legal purposes, I don't know if they've been convicted yet or not. I apologize. That they were picked up on another crime. They should have been held and they should have been deported. And because they weren't, a young lady lost her life. We had the same thing happen again in Habersham County. So what my bill says is if a city, a local official, a government won't enforce Georgia immigration laws, then they stand responsible civilly for what happens afterwards. It's taking a scalpel to the problem. It's gotten a lot of play up here in Atlanta, of course, as you know. The Atlanta market's not the same as our market back home in Southeast Georgia. So, of course, some people up here are upset about that. That's perfectly fine. I don't mind taking those errors because I think it's the right thing to do.
Of course, it's the right thing to do. You're enforcing the law. I mean, it's common sense. You enforce the laws that have been passed by the legislature, and that's what the officials ought to be doing, right?
It is. It's right in line with what President Trump is trying to do on immigration policy nationally. And if local governments think that they are above the law, well, then they should stand responsible civilly in courts to the families who they hurt.
Yeah, you hit them at the pocketbook, they'll start enforcing.
You said it better than I did there, Butch.
Any other controversial bills coming up that we need to do?
I have another one. I have another one today that's coming. Of course, you know I'm in charge of the budget. So one thing I noticed was that our state dollars, the state's taken a position that we do not think that children under the age of 18 should be subject to transgender surgeries. But I personally think it's mutilation, especially under the age of 18. If you're over the age of 18, listen, you can pick whatever you want to do. But children, we don't let them make decisions if they should have cigarettes or alcohol. Why are we letting them decide if they should have literally life-altering surgeries? So I noticed in the budget where we actually have some state funds that go towards those transgender surgeries in the state health benefit plan at some state hospitals. So the bill I will drop today will say affirmatively the state will spend no taxpayer dollars in support of transgender surgeries. I think that's right in line with where our people are in Wayne County and Long County and Appleton, Toombs, around. And it's something that should have been passed before. It's something that we thought was in place. It wasn't. We caught it. I'll fix it.
As you mentioned, you help with the budget and oversee that budget. Those budget processes already discussed, or those discussions already started. You know, department heads coming to see you. As everybody has a want list, how's that work? Are you the person that has to say no?
They have a long list. Yes, sir. Up here, I sometimes get the reputation of saying no, but that doesn't. I guess I often get the reputation of saying no.
You look after our money there, Senator Tillery. We appreciate it.
Well, everybody has a good idea for spending everybody else's money. And it's not everybody else's money. It's your money. So when we're spending money, we need to be prudent on how we do it, which is really why I want to get to the heart of this matter with it. Why are we paying for transgender surgeries? Why are we not investing that money back in our prison system with people that we're asking to hold murderers and prison guards that we're starting off at $41,000 a year? I don't think I do that job for 41. I don't think I do it for 141. So let's be fair to those people, and let's quit paying for the crap we ought not be paying for.
Again, we always appreciate the time, and again, you're always accessible. Anybody out there listening needs to get a hold of you, would like to ask a question, what's the best way to go about reaching you?
Yeah, well, you can always come up here. I know Leadership Wayne's coming up here this week. Alma is hosting a big dinner tonight for a lot of folks. They're cooking some crawfish and other stuff up here. So you can always come visit. please stop by if you're at the Capitol. My office is 234. It's one of the corner offices here in the Capitol. Or just call me or text me.
Yeah, do y'all have a difficult time not gaining a lot of weight with all these dinners and get-togethers and these functions going on? Because, I've been up to them many years ago, and this is eat. I don't know how in the world that y'all don't gain, about 20 pounds from the time that you get there in January, time you leave in March.
Well, everybody does try to bring food. I'll tell you, you ain't got to bring food to come talk to me. Just bring black coffee. That's all I run on these hours of the day. And look, I weigh 240 pounds. I don't need to put any much more weight on. I'm not a little boy to begin with.
Okay. How do folks get a hold of you, Senator Tillery?
Yeah, if you want to call the office, sometimes that's easiest. It's 404-656-0089, or just call or text my cell phone. It doesn't bother me at all. I'd rather answer your question than you run around wondering what the answer is. 912-245-9915. And again, I really thank you for the opportunity to represent this area in the state senate.
Okay.
Again, appreciate you being on the Butch and Bob show, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday. Stay safe in Atlanta.
Y'all have a good one.
Okay.
Okay. State Senator Blake Tillery here on Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Well, we got some folks in here from the Exchange Club going to be in here with us, talk about a big old gala coming up. Come on back, ladies.
South Georgia weather. Here's your WIFO forecast.
Good morning, everyone. We're starting our Tuesday forecast with a couple of extra clouds around. Fairly quickly, the clouds are going to move out, which means sunshine can move in. It'll be breezy this afternoon with highs in the low 60s. Tonight, clear and a low near 40. Tomorrow for Wednesday, it's going to be sunny, warmer. Highs will be in the mid and upper 60s. Thursday stays sunny, but cool again with a high near 60 degrees. I'm Georgia meteorologist Laura Huckabee in the GNN Weather Center.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
Now we continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Bob, who do we have in the studio with us now?
We got Miss Sturgill and Faith Teston in here. Is the Exchange Club? Is that what they're talking about? Because Faith has so many hats, I can't keep up with. She's going with the chamber, but today we're talking Exchange Club. So
y'all got a gala coming up, is that right?
Yes, sir. This is going to be our second annual, a mom prom, which you don't have to be a mom. It's basically just a ladies' night for dancing.
But mom prom rhymes and it sounds
correct.
good.
It sounds better.
Yeah, but for all ladies.
Correct. No men allowed. You guys can hang out in the club part and be their designated driver, but
that's discrimination, you know that.
No,
not when it's that way, Bob. If it was the other way, it would be.
I'm just joking.
All right, if it was just us guys and we wouldn't allow them, it would be discrimination. But if women can get together and leave guys out, but that's not discrimination.
I'm just joking.
Ladies need to have something, though.
I agree. Y'all have a good time.
Yeah, but with it being close to Valentine's Day, we're calling it the Galentine's Gala. It's presented by Fraser's Appliance, so we'd like to thank them. But it is this Saturday night, February 1st, from 6 to 9 at Pine Forest Country Club. Right now, the tickets are $40. They come with 2 drink vouchers. We're going to have a special little cocktail or wine to choose from, plus your non-alcoholic drinks. If they're not interested in that, tickets are $30 that don't come with vouchers. We're going to have a DJ, hors d'oeuvres, that signature cocktail. There will be the cash bar open if they don't like what we're offering, and, of course, dancing. Oh.
Be that beat going boom, chicka boom, boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
If there's a special song they want to hear, post it on our Facebook page. Our DJ will be happy to put together a playlist.
All right.
So our prom court for this year's event, so these ladies...
This is the prom what? Court?
Prom Court, yes.
Prom Court.
Yes.
Okay.
So they really do the legwork with the fundraising. They have been going out the past couple weeks, raising funds through their Zeffy links. That is online. You can find all that on our Facebook pages, or getting cash checks that they'll bring in the day of the event. And that is really the primary source of our fundraising. So we really appreciate them. The court is Carol Irvin, Felinda Johnson, Amon Johnson, Danny Lastinger, Renee Sykes, Kelly Weaver, and Tamara Williams.
Okay.
Yeah, and the point of the court is whichever lady raises the most amount of money gets crowned as the mom prom queen, and then they represent our exchange club for the year. They get an honorary membership to come on our Wednesday lunches at Family Tradition and be in the parade with us, the homecoming or Christmas parade. And just let me back up a moment, because a lot of people don't even know what the Exchange Club is or what we do.
That was going to be my question. Can
Yeah,
you explain, folks,
I was
what
reading
the
your
Exchange
mind.
Club? Yeah, you were. I could feel us mind melding there.
Yeah. So we are a service organization, and our focus is the youth of Wayne County. We do have the two fundraisers, the mom prom and the golf tournament, but where our money goes is we do the annual Shop with a Cop event. This past December, we were able to take 40 children shopping with, it's actually first responders, not just police officers, and they get a budget and get to buy whatever they want as their Christmas gifts, and that's our big thing every year. But we also do 4 scholarships for graduating seniors. We do Students of the Month for seniors. We do 10 a year, and they get some money from us. We do help some seniors buy yearbooks, and these are all selected by the school. But right now, we've already spent between, like, Shop with a Cop or donated to other service organizations over $21,000.
To help the children, the
Correct.
youth out here
It
in
is
Wayne County with
absolutely
different
only
things.
for the youth. And when emergency arises, maybe they had a house fire, we might help out with some supplies for the kids. Faith and Denny really took charge of an event that we tried this year, and we're going to partner with a different organization next year, because it was a lot more than we anticipated. We got some clothing and school supplies for some children that were recognized by their schools as having some needs. But that's what Exchange Club does. We support the youth of Wayne County. And like I said, we meet on Wednesdays at Family Tradition. Anybody is welcome to come visit and see what they think. We meet at noon, and if they'd love to join, we'd love to have them if they want to be a part of our mission. But especially the women here in Wayne County, we want them here this Saturday.
This Saturday is Mom
Country
Prom.
Club.
Correct.
At the Country Club. At what time?
6 to 9 p.m.
And if a woman's listening and they haven't, they want more information about it or want to go, how do they do that?
They can contact us through our Facebook page. The Facebook page name is Exchange Club of Wayne County. They can private message us through there, comment on any post, we'll see it. Or they can email us at exchangeclubofwaynecounty@gmail.com.
Okay. Sounds like a fun event. How much is it in?
Well, that's what we were excited to come today. And if they go on that Facebook page to find the link to buy the tickets, because it's too long to try and say on the radio station, but they can use the code Big Dog, all capital letters, one word, just all together, Big Dog, and get 20% off right now.
BIGDOG
Correct.
caps. If they put that on the Facebook page under what?
When they go to the link to buy the tickets. Normally the tickets with the drinks are $40 with the vouchers,
Right.
$30 without, but if they use the code Big Dog, it's 20% off those tickets.
But where do they put that word?
At the end, when they get ready to check out.
So-
It'll ask for the discount code.
Oh, discount code.
Correct.
I was trying to. I've
I
seen that
apologize.
before. I don't know if I ever used one. I think I did once. But under the discount code, if you put Big Dog, all caps, BIGDOG, one word, then you get a discount. How much discount?
20%.
20% off of what?
The $40 or the $30.
Either one. 20% off if you use the discount code Big Dog.
Yep.
And
All right.
you tell us the best way to do this, but we would also like to give away 2 tickets to the event for Saturday to
All
somebody
right.
that texts or calls in.
Okay. Can I give those away after y'all leave? Or do we need to do it right now?
That's up to you.
Because
we would like to give away 2 tickets. You can have them.
I'll give them
text
away.
in.
I'll give them away like right after Fox News at 8:35 to 8:40. I'll just give them away then. I'll have some folks text in. It's if you don't mind doing it
That's
that way.
perfect.
Do you have the tickets with you, or how do we do that?
Or
do you actually have printed tickets anymore?
We don't do the printed
Oh,
tickets.
geez.
Don't need to.
That's
We'll
a
have
sore
their
subject
name.
for Bob. We'll just give you their name, right?
Correct, and
So
they'll
who
be
do you-
on the guest list.
All right. So who do we give the to you, Angie, or do you, Faith?
Either one. We can
Either one.
talk about that when we're
We'll
off
talk
the
about
air.
that when we're through. Okay. So what we're going to do in just a few minutes, we're going to give away how many tickets?
2 tickets.
2 tickets. So 2 folks win. One person win.
Correct. That way they bring a friend.
They bring a friend. People don't like to go things alone, do they?
No. And we do want to mention our sponsors because it wouldn't be possible for us to have this event to start with without our
Right.
sponsors. It's presented by Fraser's Appliance. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsors, Interstate Credit Union, Neesmith Chevrolet GMC, and Oakwin and Associates. They've been
Okay.
instrumental in donating to make sure that we could have this event to start with.
And we have a lot of folks over here during the year come on and talk about events they put on. They like to thank their sponsors.
Yeah.
And it's good to hear. You hear some of those same businesses
Yes.
that step forward and put back into the community through these community projects. And we just hats off to all these business people that do this.
Yeah, and that's the main point of being a sponsor is to support your community. And then, the giving the shout out on the air is we want people to realize that those are the businesses, that maybe they should support because
Right.
they're giving back.
Right. Support the businesses
Yeah.
that support the community.
Correct. But we'd love to have you hang out in the club part. But
Stick my head in there. So how's it going, ladies?
yeah.
And that's going to be, so the guys, if they want to, they can just hang out in the club part if they want to. If they don't want to, if the ladies just want to go by themselves.
Correct.
But the ladies will be in the banquet room by themselves, and the guys can hang out in the club room and be their, drivers home.
Correct. Because, we are providing a specialty cocktail with their drink vouchers. Only 2, but still 2 is drinking. So we want to make sure that they have a way to get home. Now, they don't have to have somebody sitting in the club,
no,
but
of course
come
not.
as a group of friends.
Yeah, they just come as a group of friends, and, anybody can drive anybody home. But some of the guys can hang out if they want to. And once again, this Mom Prom put on by the Exchange Club is a fundraiser for the youth of Wayne County. Is going to be when?
This Saturday, February 1st, from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Country Club. And one thing we keep getting asked is, what do we wear? And I want to make it clear to these ladies, they do not have to buy a prom dress. They don't even have to wear a prom dress. We want them comfortable and having fun. They can get as fancy as they want to get. There's not a dress code per se.
You're like dressy casual or above.
Correct. It's just we want them there to have fun.
Just to have fun. It's a
play on-
fundraiser for the children of Wayne
Correct.
County.
It's a play
so don't
on
worry
words with the mom prom part.
Right.
But we want them there dancing and having fun and raising money for the kids.
So let's just take a person through the evening. It starts at 6 o'clock. Tell folks, the ladies out there, what they're going to see and experience when they come through the door there on Saturday night.
They come in, get checked in, get their drink vouchers if they purchase that sort of a ticket. And then we will introduce our court, our 7 ladies that are competing to be the queen. The fundraising will go until 7 p.m. Those ladies have until 7 o'clock to try and raise the most amount of money, and then we'll go behind the
That's
scenes.
the court. The court will
correct,
be doing that.
Correct.
The court has already been selected.
And
Okay.
they can keep partying and dancing while we go count the funds, and then we will crown the queen probably around 8 o'clock, and they'll have hors d'oeuvres and drinks, and it's just dancing.
So that's what it is. It's hors d'oeuvres. You go around
Correct.
and you pick up
Yeah.
hors d'oeuvres. You have drinks. It's a casual thing where you walk around, mingle, but you do have chairs and tables to be able to sit down and relax, right?
Yep, and they don't need to feel like they've got to come and spend a bunch of money unless they don't like our drinks and want to go to the cash bar, or if their friend is close to winning and want to donate a bunch more money to make sure they win. But it's not. There's no silent raffles, none of that. It's just fun for
Just
ladies.
get together and have fun.
Yes.
All right, and you said the tickets are either 30 or 40, and the 40 is comes with the 2 ticket drink vouchers, right?
Correct.
The 30 is just to get in, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But use the code Big Dog, capital letters, in the discount code area, and they'll get 20% off right now.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds like it's going to be a great evening for the ladies. And, of course, the big winners out of this are the children, the youth here in Wayne County that y'all will support with different activities the Exchange Club does all year long.
Correct. We appreciate you having us.
All right, Angie, Faith, anything else?
I think that's about it.
All right, Bob, any other questions or comments for them?
No, but I'd like to promote a show we got coming up on Friday. Again, a lot of deer hunters and deer people involved in hunting recently heard the news that DNR found chronic wasting disease in a deer in Georgia for the first time. This Friday on the Butch and Bob Show, we've got Lindsey Thomas Jr. He's the Chief Communications Officer for the National Deer Association, Wayne County native, lifelong Wayne County deer hunter. He'll be on hand to talk about that and also take any questions regarding deer management and deer hunting. So looking forward to having him. This is Lindsey's I want to say, I'm sure, but anyway, Lindsey Thomas Jr.
This is Lindsey Thomas. Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to be here. Like I said, he's the Chief Communications Officer for the National Deer. It's been, if you watch the news, there's been a lot on this.
Right, there's been one case, and the county's a little a ways from us, but still in South Georgia.
But he'll
they
be
just
here.
want to
They want to get all the information out.
Get
and
the correct
take any
information
questions. So looking forward to having him in studio this coming Friday morning.
All right. Remember, coming up in just about 5 minutes or so from now, you're going to have the opportunity, ladies, to win 2 tickets to the Mom Prom Gala that'll be held this Saturday night at the Country Club. And get ready to win those in just a few minutes right here on Big Dog Country Radio. World-famous Butch and Bob Show has been brought to you by Heron Aldridge Insurance, by Murphy Builder Supply, First Southern Bank, and by the Service Department at GNS Auto Sales.